Addresses the World Forum for Recovery hosted by ILO. And Russian President Vladimir Putin launches military operation in Ukraine. Ukraine President urges world leaders to provide defense assistance, help protect Ukraine's airspace from Russia. Addressing the World Forum for Recovery hosted by the International Labour Organization, President Fattah al-Sisi said via video conference that the world systems are changing every day, pointing that the coronavirus crisis impacted the world economic and social system over the past 2 years. Sisi said Egypt managed to overcome the coronavirus impact and that there is an international confidence in the Egyptian economy's ability to face this crisis. He added that Egypt managed to implement ambitious initiatives despite coronavirus outbreak, stressing that Egypt is exerting efforts to boost financial integration and digitalization. Sisi also stressed that the international organizations have an important role in dealing with problems resulted from the coronavirus and that there must be a clear guideline for all the parties to deal with the coronavirus repercussions. Speaking at a climate change crisis, Sisi pointed out that it affected the country's efforts in recovering from the pandemic, adding that developing countries need more support in the fight of climate change. Russian troops launched a wide-ranging attack on Ukraine on Thursday as President Vladimir Putin cast aside international condemnation and sanctions and warned the other countries that any attempt to interfere would lead to consequences you have never seen. Ukrainian border guards released footage of what they said were Russian military vehicles moving in, and big explosions were heard in the capital Kiev and in the east and Odessa in the west.
Russian troops launched a wide-ranging attack on Ukraine on Thursday as President Vladimir Putin cast aside international condemnation and sanctions and warned other countries that any attempt to interfere would lead to consequences that have never been seen. Ukrainian border guards released footage of what they said were Russian military vehicles moving in, and big explosions were heard in the capital Kiev, Kharkiv in the east and Odessa in the west. As the Russian military claimed to have wiped out Ukrainian entire air defenses in a matter of hours, Ukrainians fled some cities, and European authorities declared Ukrainian airspace an active conflict zone. World leaders decreed the start of a long-anticipated invasion with far-reaching consequences as global financial markets plunged and oil prices soared. Russia's actions could cause massive casualties, topple Ukraine's democratically elected government, and upend geopolitics and Europe's post-Cold War security balance. Governments from the US to Asia and Europe readied new sanctions after weeks of failed efforts for a diplomatic solution, but global powers have said they will not intervene militarily to defend Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky declared the martial law, saying Russia has targeted Ukraine's military infrastructure. Ukrainians who had long braced for the prospect of an assault were urged to stay home and not to